Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson, and today we're going to take a quick look at arpeggios. In particular, the 4 arpeggio shapes that you are going to need to be able to navigate your way through just about any song. And these 4 shapes are major, minor, dominant, and half diminished. Now there are many different ways to play these arpeggios, but the shapes that we're going to look at today are going to be within our chord shapes. Now what I mean by that is, if we have a major chord here on our A note, the arpeggio is going to be within that chord shape. So it's going to look and sound like this. As opposed to this. And the reason why we're going to put our arpeggio shapes within grasp of our chord shapes is so it's easier to remember. If this is something you're new to, it's going to be a lot of new inputs, and this is just something that helps mitigate all this new information so you can help tie it together straight away. Why do you want to learn your arpeggios? Your arpeggios help you understand what's happening within each chord, and your arpeggio gives you your guide tones, your important notes you want to aim at when improvising over a chord progression. So beginning with our first shape, our major, it's going to look like this. We're starting on our A note, on the 5th fret of the guitar, and this is what it looks and sounds like. Now here's our minor arpeggio, again on A. Now here is our dominant 7 arpeggio, again on A. And now here is our half diminished chord on A. And now that we've just looked at the shapes within a 6-string context, there's also the arpeggio shapes from a 5-string context. So instead of our major chord being here, we're now going to try it with our major chord being here, only using 5 strings. Now the shapes are quite similar, but there is a few differences, particularly in the 2nd octave. So here is our major shape. Here is our minor shape. Here is our dominant shape. And here is our half diminished shape. To help you memorize these shapes, especially if this is the first time you've come into contact with these, what I can recommend you doing is picking one of the arpeggios. For this example, we're going to use major again. Doing what I had just done by playing the chord and then following through with the arpeggio, 2 octaves up and down, and then repeating that, moving in a cycle of fourths. And what this is going to do is it's going to let you get the shape into your muscle memory through the whole fretboard of the guitar. So just to demonstrate quickly with our major, it would look like this. you do that exercise for each of these 4 shapes, within a few days, you'll have it really locked into your muscle memory, and you'll be able to start sort of drawing upon these in more musical contexts. Other than learning the shape off by heart, the next most important thing is to incorporate that with a sense of rhythm. The rhythm is the key to bringing this idea alive in a very musical way. Onto musical contexts. Once you have the shapes locked down, the next step is to implement them into your practice within a more musical way. And one of the ways that I enjoy to do this is to take a chord progression from a song that you like, or a series of chords that you enjoy the sound of, and then navigate through those chords only using your arpeggios. To begin with, just try to map out the chords, and then ideally you want to move towards doing all of that within a rhythmic context, and this is when the use of arpeggios can really start to come to life. So for this example, we're going to be in E major, C sharp minor. And the chords we're going to use C sharp minor, F sharp dominant 7, B7, E. And so our arpeggios for that would look like this. And now, just for demonstration's sake, I will try to improvise in a bit of a rhythmic context using these arpeggio notes over this chord progression, and maybe mixing in a few other things, just to show you how you can sort of bring your practice to the next level with this idea. So we're in C sharp minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there, I improvised a bit. I played some things that weren't in the arpeggio, but the sort of skeleton structure that kept everything stuck together was this idea of these arpeggios. It gave me my guide tones, so I knew which note I could land on to finish the idea, or which note was important to sort of hit from a rhythmic perspective. I advise you to take this idea and apply it to whatever sort of music you're working on. The tabs, chords, and arpeggio diagrams are all available in a PDF from my website. The link will be in the description. Also, the learning resources to this and all of my other lessons will be available on my Patreon, and links to that will also be in the description. If you enjoyed this lesson, please let me know in the comments. Also, feel free to write something that you'd like a future lesson on. As I always say, there's more lessons coming. Thank you very much for sticking around watching this. I really hope it helps you playing. Enjoy it, and we'll see you at the next one. Take care.